Hello YouTube, this is Josh from the Pantek Brothers, and I am back today with the Tech Weekly Update. And so, to start off today, Samsung has finally released the Android Nougat update for the Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge. So, obviously Nougat was announced way back in August of last year, and people obviously who have been in beta have been able to have access to it, but it is pushing out Android 7.0 Nougat to the S7 and S7 Edge. So if you have one, start checking your updates, and over the next couple of days you will probably be able to download it and install it, which will bring a few new features. Hopefully everyone will be able to enjoy those who have those phones. Next up, Apple has basically announced unofficially that it is planning a Netflix-like service that will be about $10 per month that will have kind of original content on it. Something comparable to what Netflix is doing, but not with all of the extra stuff that Netflix has, movies and TV shows. It's going to be specifically Apple content. It's just kind of strange coming from Apple. Apple has never been a content creator, but Apple has always been a hardware platform creator. So it's kind of a weird strange. I'm guessing they're trying to want to get a piece of the streaming pie, so to speak, and take away some of that market share from people like Hulu, Amazon, and Netflix. But it is unknown whether or not this will really be able to take off. But nonetheless, so HTC has announced their new phone, the HTC U Ultra, and it will be coming in a couple more months yet. It is going to have a kind of tiny second screen in the upper right hand corner, which is going to be, I'm guessing, is going to be used for notifications and maybe like shortcuts, not too dissimilar to the LG's, the V10 that had that. It's 64 gigs space, 4 gigs of RAM. It's a quad HD 5.7 inch screen, and then it'll have a 3000 milliamp battery. And the other disappointing feature is going to remove the headphone jack, like Apple did, and it's unfortunate. And then the other design feature, which I would consider a design flaw, is the glass back. If you remember back to phones like the iPhone 4, 4S, had that back that was made of glass. It's inevitable that it will break. I don't know why cell phone companies want to make phones that have more glass on them. It's just something else that will break and shatter and crack. So, yeah, I mean, it looks pretty nice. I'll have the link to these obviously in the description. The aesthetics is pretty nice, but they kind of missed the boat on this one. As well as, the new trend is going to be going towards less bezel, or the appearance of a bezel-less screen, and HTC has obviously missed the boat on that one. Definitely, there's a very predominant bezel on this one. And then the one everybody has been waiting for, the Nintendo Switch announcement last night, giving much more detail to their new upcoming console, which releases at the beginning of March, with the price tag coming in at $300. There's a lot of features in this one, and I won't go over every single one of them because there are a lot. Obviously, the screen for the portable portion is going to be a 720p capacitive touch panel. It's going to charge via USB-C. The battery life, depending on usage and gaming, is going to be 2.5 to 6 hours. It'll have Wi-Fi, obviously, 32 gigs of internal storage with an expandable SD card slot. It'll also have the ability to link up 8 switches together for kind of like local multiplayer, and then you can also obviously dock it and connect it to your TV. The Joy-Con controllers can be attached to the side of the actual portable screen portion to be used as like a tablet with physical game controllers. Or when it's docked, you can connect the Joy-Con controllers together and use them as a traditional gamepad. And there'll also be the traditional Nintendo Pro style controller as well. There's going to be no Mario game at launch. That will be coming later, but Splatoon 2, Skyrim is going to make an appearance on this. Zelda Breath of the Wild, another big title. But yeah, the Super Mario Odyssey, which is the new Mario 3D game, will not be there at launch. It will be coming sometime in the future. Back to the Joy-Con controllers. They have a lot of cool features built into them. One of them being this kind of camera that senses depth and kind of like what the Xbox camera system did. You can detect how far things are away from the controller, and distinguish between like a fist or open hand. And they're going to come with Nintendo's own kind of little mini games that are specific to the Joy-Con controllers, called 1-2 Switch, I think is what it was. It kind of a rock paper scissors, a little boxing game, a like a quick draw Western style shootout, where times like reaction times, that type of thing. So it is yet to be seen whether Nintendo was really going to hit the mark on this one. In my opinion, it really just looks like an upgraded Wii U, a Wii U 2, a Wii U controller that has physical buttons and controller pad attached to the outside of it. I really don't think this is the direction that Nintendo should have gone, in my opinion. But I think the game platform has potential. They are also going to be offering a kind of online play service that will be free at the beginning, but later in the year after it's released, Nintendo is going to start charging for it. So the popularity and the successfulness of it, I think, is really going to depend on the games that are available for it. If Nintendo really doesn't have a very good library, then I really don't think this is going to do well. But another note is also it's not going to be region locked, so the software that's on it will be able to be played worldwide, which is a first for Nintendo. So I don't know if that will open things up to more developers, but time will tell. So I hope you guys enjoyed the Tech Weekly update. Keep tuned for obviously more tech news next week. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.